It's really straightforward, and it tastes so much better than the kombucha you buy in the store. So the first thing you're going to need is a big jar like this. This is about 1.5 gallons. I bought this from IKEA for under $20, but you can get from anywhere. I like this one because it's got a spigot on it so that I can actually pour out the bottom, as opposed to having to like ladle it off out of the top or even pour it out. But it's whatever you have on hand is going to totally work for you. The other thing that you're going to need is sweet tea. So you can make tea. I just made it in my tea pot. You can make green tea, you can make black tea, you can even just use herbal tea. What you do for about 1.5 gallon container is you do about 10 tea bags with hot water, and then you add 1.5 cups of sugar to it. You can either add white sugar or brown sugar, it doesn't matter, as long as you're consistent with whatever you're feeding it. Usually I use brown sugar all of the time. So I've already sweetened this and waited for it to come to room temperature before I've used it, because the other thing that you need to have is starter. And the starter does not react well to very hot temperatures, so that's why you want to make sure that everything's at room temperature. So starter is about 2 cups of already fermented tea. So you can either do this yourself by buying kombucha from the store and then letting it sit for a while until it starts to turn vinegary at room temperature, or you can order it. I ordered it from a place called Soapology that supplies teas, but it doesn't have to be from there. It can be from anywhere. So basically what would happen is I would grab this. Oh, and the other thing that's in my starter tea is what's called the scobi. The scobi is kind of a gelatinous, kind of weird consistency kind of thing, but you don't have to ever drink it and you don't have to ever eat it, although some people do. I never have. But you don't have to. It's really just there to get the fermentation going. So I would put this directly into my jar, and like I said, I ordered mine in. You can get yours from a friend. There are people, you can even get one from me. I've got now more than one scobi, but you can get it from pretty much anywhere. So I would put my starter liquid, about 2 cups, put it in there right away. And then the other thing is, after that, my sweet tea. So like I said, it can be green tea, black tea, any kind of tea, as long as it's room temperature and it's been sweetened with about 1.5 cups of sugar. You don't have to worry about consuming the sugar because the sugar is needed for the fermentation process. So most of it will be used up by the time you end up drinking it. So I'm going to pour it directly in, and the rest is only going to be water. And then I fill up the entire thing. So hold on. So I fill up the entire thing and then add just water to it so that it's full up to the brim. I put the lid on it so that it's protected. We have a lot of fruit flies in the summer and I don't want them to get in here, but I don't screw the lid on entirely, or else I'll start to build pressure inside of it. So I just rest the lid on it. And then another thing that I got from a kombucha making place, but it doesn't have to be, you can put any kind of cloth over top of it because you want to keep it dark, is to put this over top of it. But you can put really anything, so as long as it's not directly in sunlight. So this is what I put, and then it takes about 3 days to maybe 2 weeks. I've never waited for 2 weeks. I've done it, I've started tasting it about 5 days. Once it's been fermenting for about 5 days, I like to have it mild because I like my little girls to taste it. Or to like it. So once I started tasting it, I had about 6 or 7 days, it's gotten to where I really like it. So this is just really quickly to let you know how to flavor it. The last flavor that I made was blackberry lychee. So I got these bottles, but you can really use any kind of bottles as long as they're round and that they have a lid that you can actually put back on, because it will start to carbonate in this process. So what you do once you're ready to actually consume your kombucha is you don't have to flavor it if you don't want to. which I didn't the first batch. But after that, if you want, you can put about a third of a cup at the bottom of your flavoring, whatever you want it to be. So last time I blended blackberries that grow near my house, and then I had a lychee juice, so I put them together. This time what I'm going to try is a different juice to put it at the bottom to flavor it in a yellow plum juice, because my neighbor grows them and brought me a ton. So I'll put it at the bottom and then fill the rest with my tea. And then I just put this in the fridge. I have about 12 of these bottles because I bought a case of cider from Fraser Valley Cider Company. If you're interested, it's very good cider. But what's great about it is that once you're done the cider, you can keep the bottle and they are always resealable and you can pop them off and then enjoy your kombucha. So that's basically the rough and dirty outline of how I do it. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. And then check out whatever other areas that you can find information on it. It's been really fun for us. I made 10 bottles of this, and this is my last one. I got a chalk pen from Michael's, and then you just write on it what you've made so that people are more likely to reach for it in the fridge. And that's it. I hope that's helpful. And thanks for asking. It's been fun to do during the pandemic, and it's been a creative outlet when there's not that much other stuff to be doing out there. Thanks. Bye.